Youth volunteers across the country have reaffirmed their dedication to patriotism through all activities focused on enhancing the well-being of citizens, while medical interns and students in Rwanda say that having access to proper learning tools gives them the confidence and skills they need when treating patients. On the international scene, Cameroon's 92-year-old Paul Biya is seeking to extend his presidential term amid his analysts predicting victory for him. Many thanks for joining me. Now this is the news in detail. While celebrating the Patriotism Month, youth volunteers across the country have reaffirmed their dedication to patriotism through all activities focused on enhancing the well-being of all citizens. We do have details on this report.
Annette Muharakeye is a young volunteer and entrepreneur who owns and operates a coffee business in Gasabo district, where she was recently seen serving clients. She currently employs 15 permanent workers and has trained over 800 others in this business of making coffee. She emphasizes that creating jobs and providing opportunities for others is one of the core expressions of patriotism. In my coffee-making activities, I continue running my business while also hiring workers to assist me. By paying them, I'm helping others develop their skills and livelihoods. Furthermore, if I train young people, let's say 800 individuals, that is supporting the development of Rwandans. And by doing that, I'm not only helping them, but also benefiting myself and contributing to the progress of the country as a whole. During this month of patriotism, some volunteers are planting trees, while others are renovating the homes of vulnerable citizens. These activities demonstrate a commitment to serving the country whenever needed, as many young people regularly participate in various government-led initiatives. Thomas Mwisije, Executive Commissioner at the Rwanda National Youth Council, explained that during this month dedicated to patriotism, various activities have been organized to encourage young people to contribute their energy and skills towards nation building, recognizing that youth are the driving force behind rapid national development.
As young people, unity, working together and joining various youth institutions are very important. Engaging in voluntary activities such as physical work to help those in need is a valuable practice. This demonstrates a key value and shows that young people are patriotic.
On May 7, 2024, during a meeting with youth volunteers, His Excellency Paul Kagame encouraged them to take charge of their personal development and use their youthful energy to build the country.
Where you should put more effort is in yourself, and this is where it all begins. The foundation is built by you personally by continuously developing yourself. Having the will is important, but the will alone is not enough. You may have the desire to do something, but without the capacity, it will remain unfulfilled. That is why I emphasize building yourself so that when you have the will to act, you also have the ability. I was once young like you. When I was 15 years old, perhaps some of you here are 15, or maybe some are not. I behaved as if I were 18. So, being young is a precious time. Do not waste it. How a person builds themselves is extremely important.
There are over 2 million youth volunteers across the country. Throughout this month, they have organized a range of activities, including crime prevention in collaboration with the Rwanda National Police. They are also engaging in other various activities. This month of patriotism began on October 1st, 2025, and will conclude on October 31st, 2025.
Thank you, Olive Nete. Now, Rwandan youths are being urged to make the best of their youthful energy and play an active role in the country's sustainable development. The message was emphasized during the General Assembly of the Youth Forum affiliated to the FPL in Hotanyi, held in Gatenga Sector, Chichichiro District, and we do have details on this report too.
During this General Assembly, discussions focused on empowering young people and promoting transformative initiatives that drive sustainable development. Participants reflected on various achievements by the youth including supporting their peers who dropped out of school to acquire practical skills that help them create jobs. They reaffirmed their commitment to continue working hard to achieve development. What we plan for our development through collaboration as for youths and financial institutions, as we have discussed, we are planning to put more effort into entrepreneurship, but also focus on working together so that we grow. Also, there are some of the youths here who didn't continue with their school. We want to engage their parents and know what led them to drop out so that we can work towards having them back. The Director General in charge of Youth Empowerment at the Ministry of Youth and Arts Development, who also serves as the chairperson of the Governance Commission of RPF Inkotanyi in Kigali City, Tetero Solange, reminded young people that everything they do should be guided by discipline and a drive to contribute to national progress. When we talk about responsible youths, we are talking about young people who deliberately choose to take charge of their lives and set goals, then work hard to achieving whatever goals they have set for themselves. Entrepreneur and RPF member Munyakazi Sadat also urged youth to make wise choices, noting that such decisions form the foundation for lasting development. Based on the life I experienced and what you're going through right now, you have us and you are our children. We are ready to share our experiences with you. You have a good country that is guiding you well to a great future, so the rest is your choice. If you don't choose well, you turn out less great. And if you listen to us, you will be better people. Senator Marie-Rose Mureshyankwano, who serves as the RPF Commissioner in charge of women's development, encouraged the youth to use their youthful years productively, drawing inspiration from the young members of the RPF who played a key role in liberating the country and stopping the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. For us to be here in this beautiful country, it is because the youths of RPF sacrificed themselves and were patriotic. As young people too, if you love and sacrifice for this country and work hard, there's no limits on where you can take this country and yourselves. Various leaders who addressed the youth called on them to love their country, maintain cleanliness, and keep a forward-looking mindset focused on doing what advances national development.
Let's now head to Huye, where medical interns and students in Rwanda say that having access to proper learning tools gives them the confidence and skills they need when treating patients. This came up at the annual Congress of Medical Professionals and Autonomy Students held at the University of Rwanda, Huye campus. Inside the surgical lab, Nduwayo Jose, a medical intern specializing in ear surgery, is seen practicing on an anatomical model. She explains that modern medical equipment and student materials helps trainees gain practical experience and prepare for real-life patient care. Across the facility, students and interns at different training levels rely on hands-on tools, including body models and cadavers, to master autonomy. Both students and instructors praise the government's support in providing these resources, while noting that more teaching tools are still needed. Dr. Gashegu Kagabo Julien, anatomy lecturer at the University of Rwanda, says that training doctors isn't the responsibility of lecturers only. He emphasizes that everyone involved must ensure that students get sufficient practical experience so they are ready for patient care. Minelas Shimana from the Ministry of Health adds that gatherings like this helps experienced and young practitioners share knowledge, strengthening medical skills across the country. He also noted that it is important. He also noted the importance of combining teaching materials with technology to address ongoing gaps. The Autonomy Annual Congress brought together about 275 medical professionals and students from institutions across Rwanda. Now, the Rwanda Biomedical Center, RBC, says that tackling child malnutrition requires public awareness and that this is a national challenge. RBC emphasizes that vulnerable families must have access to services that support pregnant women and children under 5, including nutritional supplements. This was highlighted in a conversation between Jean-Pierre Kagabo, who held a conversation with Dr. Aline Uwimana, Director of the Maternal and Child Health Division at RBC. Let's take a listen.
Have put much resources, both financial and intellectual, on how to deal with this concern of stunting. It's something which have been a concern for decades, but now we are looking how to change the way we've been doing things and involve the population, the mother and the household itself. So for each intervention we are giving to them, be as from their side to understand this issue and try to correct by themselves. So it's a journey we are going all together, people and stakeholders at each level, and it's an integrated way where we are looking for it. Ministry of Health, Minaloc, LODA, and other partners involved in this concern in reduction of stunting.
What are you to do on when it comes to mindset? You can give the package, provide the package, but at the end of the time it is misused. You don't meet the target you have been expecting.
This is the things we are really targeting, actually, to inform, increase awareness within the household members, starting from the parents, and teach them the importance of having a balanced diet foods on their table every day, and specifically for children below 2. And teach them why we need to have these diversified foods on daily basis, and as a basics, each family should have on their table, and where we should have fruits, vegetables, and basically this is where we get vitamins. And through our monitoring and evaluation system, we have been observing this misuse of some product they are receiving in some places, a few of them, but again, it's a matter of continuous education, awareness, and make them being responsible of what they are doing as bad behavior. So educates the importance of using these products so they can use for a better health for their kids, not selling them or dilute the porridge if they want to give, if it's assigned for one baby and it's something which is they end up giving for the whole family, and try to make them much responsible in dealing with this issue. And they plan all the pregnancies and the espacements between one and another pregnancies, depending on the income generating money from their house within the household. So they don't expect all the time to receive from outside, so they make this their proper plan, and whatever they are doing, it's a good plan within the households, instead of saying that we are going to do this and we expect to receive donation all the time. This is something we are trying to build in our society, and we have seen some have comply, and we have hope that also the young generation are very coping and understanding this journey we are going all together.
You may make efforts and do whatever you can do, but you don't have the results you wanted. I'm seeing factors like aflatoxin, water which is not clean. How do you control other factors that might also be, when you don't take into consideration those factors, you don't have the result you want?
There are some controlled factors and uncontrolled, but also this is something I can tell you, we are working with all the organization, the stakeholders, and even those related to water, sanitation. They are parts of this journey, the agriculture sector, many of them. So we are working all together to avail this, specifically in school ECDs, and where family ministries also be parts under and also its implementing agency, the NCDA, also doing its parts in terms of doing this implementation. And all together we are fighting this issue, and we try also to have all the components to take this in a exhaustive way, if I can say that, and without...
You mean the holistic way?
Yes, holistic way. Mm-hmm. And so we know, and we couple this with research so that we check also on acceptability of the end users, as we have been saying, the family itself. So we try to dig and understand also what is their belief, what they do expect from what the services we are giving to them, how they are receiving that, and the application. So adherence, make it easy. So don't bring only the solution without knowing their needs. Maybe we are giving the porridge, it's not what they need much. Maybe they could, if there is someone who can explain them the little they have in their household, if they cook in this way, they deliver, they supply their member of the family, it can help to prevent all this issue of malnutrition. Maybe that could be the solution instead of giving additional things they don't need.
Of course, that is Aline Ouimana, Director of Maternal and Child Health Division at RBC, talking to our senior colleague Jean-Pierre Kagabo. Now moving on, the Ministry of Infrastructure says it is continuing to provide compensation for properties, including houses located at the area earmarked for the expansion of the Prince House Diporoso Masaka Road. The demolition of these structures has begun to allow construction work to continue. We do have details on this report. When you reach the Prince House area, heading towards Diporoso in Kigali City, you can see demolition activities taking place, both of buildings below and above the road, particularly in the area known as Come Again. Residents, including commuters and motorists, say that once this road is upgraded, it will ease their daily travel, helping to reduce congestion that used to occur due to the road's narrow width, which often cause delays getting to work. We are grateful that the government has always thought about citizens first. Once this road is upgraded, it will have multiple lanes, which will ease traffic congestion. Traffic congestion has been a major challenge. For us who are in public transportation, we have been facing this problem where sometimes you could waste a lot of time stuck in traffic, which in return makes you lose more clients because you drive one person for longer hours to reach their destination. This affects business. The road expansion works are expected to cost more than 86 billion Rwandan francs upon completion. The new road will have 4 lanes, 2 in each direction. The Minister of Infrastructure, Dr. Jimmy Gasore, explains that property owners whose buildings are being removed to pave the way for construction are being compensated. It is true we are done with the first phase now, which is demarcating the road boundary and assessing compensation for those who will be affected. Some of these are already receiving their compensation. In a few days, once demolition is done, the construction will immediately start. According to Rwanda Transport Development Agency, the road will stretch 10.3 kilometers in total. The first section, measuring 1.3 kilometers, runs from Prince House, branching from the road that comes from Amahoro Stadium into the main highway up to Chamitsinj. This section will have 4 lanes, 2 upper and 2 lower, each with 2 sub-lanes. The second section, covering 9 kilometers, will extend from Chamitsinj to Masaka Hospital. It will also be a major 4-lane road, 2 lanes in each direction. Let's now go to students who have completed secondary school and university studies who are expressing appreciation to the government of Rwanda for continuing to provide short-term training programs that help them upgrade their skills and create self-employment opportunities. Olive Ntete has more on this detail.
Iversen is one of the young people who studied construction. Afterwards, he took short-term courses at Harvard College of Administration, Kigali, to gain more knowledge on how to start and manage a business related to this field of study.
In summary, they taught me all the barriers that a new learner might face and how to overcome them. First of all, if I miss a word and I keep going, I'll never understand anything after those pages. So you have to go back and understand that word which was hard to understand and learn about it. They also taught us about skipped gradients, those levels. When you are learning, you need to go step by step. If you skip anything, you have to go back. Anything else, when I'm learning anything new, they taught us that you cannot learn anything just by reading about it. If you're learning how to drive a car, the only way is for you to go and drive and touch the steering wheel and start driving. If you want to learn how to construct a house, go to a construction site and get to touch everything and see it with yourself. And all those basic skills help me to overcome all those challenges when I'm learning anything at my workplace in a new project. So I learn very fast and I can deliver projects much faster than I used to before that course.
Engineer Kazawadi Papias commends the progress Rwanda has made in promoting job creation, as well as the partnerships with international experts that bring in additional knowledge to complement the skills of Rwandans.
To come here is an answer for many challenges, especially for youths of Rwanda. Youths should take time to reflect on what our country expects from them and how this opportunity can guide them towards that goal. I see this as both a solution and a pathway that aligns with our national vision and provides us with what we need to achieve it.
Venuste Twagiramungu, one of the founders of Harvard College of Administration, Kigali, says that these initiatives are supported by the government as part of efforts to help young people gain solid skills for self-employment.
The reason I decided to bring this HCA, this center in Rwanda, it's because when I went to study there, I found unique way of training, unique way of learning, which are oriented to producing result. And because I used most of the tools I learned there, and they helped me to transform my company Trace Infrastructure from a small local company to a corporate today, which is contributing effectively to development of telecom infrastructure. I said to myself, it is worth to get more people benefit of these tools. Essentially, that is the reason of bringing this here to Rwanda.
The Harvard College was originally established in the United States of America, but due to strong cooperation with Rwanda in facilitating investment, the institution decided to continue supporting Rwandan youth in acquiring practical knowledge and creating jobs.
With that report, we now take a short break and return in a bit with international news.
Every journey has a beginning. From nature comes refreshing fruity goodness that keeps you going every day. With every pack complementing life's best moments. Not one, not two, but 5 different fruity flavors. And this journey keeps giving. Introducing Inyanji's new fruity juice flavors, guava and cocktail. Now available at your nearest shop. Always ask for Inyanji.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo agira umukamo mwinshi utunze inka imwe, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi hari abamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njya muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byaragiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye ziba impamo. Bigereho.
Welcome back from that short break. We now head to international news in Cameroon, where 92-year-old President Paul Biya is seeking to extend his presidential term. Analysts have predicted a victory for President Paul Biya, who is now 92, and he would be 99 by the time his term finishes. Aldizela has the details.
Voting got off to a slow start across many polling stations here in the capital and other areas of Cameroon. Despite the presence of election officials very early in the morning, some were reporting 1 hour before the start of voting, fewer voters came to polling stations. But as the day goes on, more and more people were coming out. So basically, we are in one of the polling stations here in the capital, Yaoundé. And when voters come, checking their names on the register, they approach electoral officials like this, who confirms whether or not their names are on the register. From there, a voter, when he's cleared by these officials, moves to this location. What happens here is that there are envelopes here and also the ballot papers for each candidate from each political party. It's unique here simply because every political party or contestant has his separate voting card. So a voter is allowed to pick all the voters' cards belonging to all the political parties, and then they move over to this particular location. What that woman is actually doing, she selects the person she wants, put that ballot into the envelope, and then dispose of the rest inside this polythene bag. And from there, she comes out, he or she comes out, and then drop the ballot box inside here. So basically, ahead of this election, there were issues of collecting voters' registration cards, or voters' card as they used to. Cards that were supposed to be taken by each voter and bring to the polling station. Many of them were unable to receive them because of logistical problems. And what we found out in many of the polling stations is that some people cannot even find their names on the register. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Yaoundé.
Now, with that report, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. I'm William Evans, and from me and the entire technical team, wish you a good night, good luck, and goodbye.